Right, you know how things always go wrong when you least need them to? Well, tomorrow morning I'm off to catch a plane to the UK because I'm off to see a rugby match. It's England versus Wales in Cardiff, and I've got tickets and I've got to leave this thing chugging away while I'm gone. Well, it's 10 o'clock, well, 10:30 at night now. 10 o'clock I noticed when I went to check on my video feed that the print head wasn't moving. So I came into the room and the print head had parked itself, and I had an error on an abnormal feed detected. Change or check filament or change filament. So I preheated the nozzle, pulled the filament out, threaded it back in, restarted it. It took off where it paused. Everything was going fine. Stopped again. Did the same thing. Actually, this time I unscrewed. You'll see the metal screw on the side of the print head there. I unscrewed that and just blew out all the crap that builds up. And yes, something to bear in mind. You get all the bits of filament that builds up as the gear cogs, so chew on it as it feeds. So I blew all that out, cleaned it out, restarted it again. Seemed to be going good. Stopped for a third time. Same thing, abnormal feed. Now it's going again, and of course I trust this thing as far as I could throw it now. So I slowed the print back down to 100%. I've also cranked my air conditioning up a bit just in case the filament was just warm and expanding, or anything that could possibly be affecting it. So once again, letting it run. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because the last thing I want to do is jump on the plane and then this thing goes into pause mode again. My wife is not going to be a happy camper if I keep telling her every 5 minutes to come in and reset the button. So anyway, never had this before. It's what a time for it to start. Oh well, I'll keep an eye on this for the next hour and see if it can keep going. And I'll check back in with you guys. 10:45 and the little bugger did it again. So that's the fourth shutdown for abnormal feeding, and I just don't see what the problem with the feed is, unless it's having trouble pulling it off that back spool, because it's like every time I have filament loose it doesn't seem to have a problem. But I'm going to wait to see what happens when it pulls tight on that spool again. And this is bugging the hell out of me. Okay, 7th time. Error keeps coming up, so I took the brute force route this time. I pulled the plug on it, and restarted the machine and told it to continue where it left off. Don't know if it'll make a blind bit of difference, but I don't know. Just figured it was time for a complete reset. We'll see how it goes. So I'm back from my trip to Cardiff, Wales and Amsterdam. So I thought I'd come in and take a look to see what's happening with the printer. And it was frozen in this position from when I turned it off when I left, because of the failures with the print head, whatever it was that was causing the abnormal readings. So I unplugged the cables on the print head and on the controller box on the side, replugged them in, checked the connections, make sure everything was wired up correctly. Turned the printer back on, and it is allowing me to try and restart the print. So just for the hell of it, just to see if perhaps having this thing cool down for a week might allow it to continue. I've told it to carry on because the print was still stuck to the glass bed. I tried to move it gently with my fingers, but it was still locked down. So assuming that the print head doesn't knock it free when it tries to put down the next layer, I may be lucky and this thing will pick up a bit. But anyway, we can see. I mean, if I'm gonna end a print and then reslice it and sort of do a second level to Marvin's torso, I'd actually like it to end in one of these sort of grooves where it would be less noticeable with the join. So anyway, we'll see. Well, I had to hit the emergency stop there because as soon as it started printing, it was trying to push the head down into the model and grinding away. So not good. So gonna stop it and just take off what I've got and then go and resize the second part from there. Yeah, that didn't work out. So oh, come on thing. Now it's gonna try and get this to restart. It didn't like the fact that I just turned it right off, I guess. Here we go. Come on, come alive. Okay, tools, manual. Go down. Yeah, so as I'm gonna have to reslice and restart, I'm actually gonna replace the whole print head with that new bamboo style nozzle one that I've got, and see how that prints. So not gonna have a chance to do much of this because I've got to go back to work for 2 weeks. So just gonna leave you with that. And actually I might just try a test cube with this just to see what the heck it does. But yeah, leave it at that for the moment. Alright, cheers. Right, test tube on the go. Let's let this thing run and just see if it manages to complete it without going into that error again. And I'm probably still going to go and change that print head just to see what this new one is actually like, because I've had it a while. Got it over here somewhere. Probably in a box. Always have spare print heads. I wonder what the heck I did with it. Alright, I'll track it down. Oh, here it is, up here. Just won't pull it round. So just a reminder, I've got this new Star one. That's the one that's got the nozzles you normally find on the bamboo. So same, slightly different design, but hopefully they'll work out quite nicely. We'll find out, and then I'll be able to let you all know. Alright, okay folks, have fun. Okay, so the cube's complete.
So no stoppages this time. Tools, manual. Put this down a bit so I can grab it. So my question is, was the failure due to this thing overheating, or did fiddling with the wires fix the issue? And one other thing that crossed my mind is, before I started that big long print, I also upped the jumpers to increase the power to a couple of the motors. Now, I wonder if that might have had an effect on the circuit board, perhaps causing overheating there. So anyway, cube, come here. Oh, take him off the bed. So yeah, cube printed fine. So what I'll do, change the print head to the new one. I'm going to put the jumpers back in the control box where they were before, and then of course, as I'm changing the print head, re-level the whole bed while I'm at it, and then get on with printing Marvin from where this left off. So I need to work out perhaps a good position where to start the next print, and then join them together. So I don't really want to waste all that bottom piece. That's a lot of filament there. Actually quite heavy. Not to mention, I've got a trash can here full of the supports. This stuff is weird. Very good packing material. So yeah, so that'll be the plan, but it'll be the plan when I get back from my job. So that will be 2 weeks. So for now, I'm just going to power this thing down and let it rest.